iconic circuits on the F1 calendar. My name is Sheldon, and tonight I will be alone in the comms box and seeing you through this qualifying and race for the FTR League. So, this being round 6, we had a very interesting race in Tier 2. We had many a guy going out in the famous Rouge corner. Only 4 drivers finishing on Monday night, one of them being me, finishing 4th, my best finish. But hopefully we see the guys in Tier 1 giving us a fantastic race this evening and keeping it between the white lines, and we see more finishes. And tonight we've got a few of our drivers returning. We do have some missing, but Divan returns, which should be exciting, as I see him and Eugene now pairing up in the McLaren. I see some of the drivers now making their way out onto the track to start their outlaps for quali. So, as from the previous race, we have Jacques Lecrancy actually winning the race. I will update on the further standings for there, but yeah, we will be definitely look at him. Lee van Rooyen also then finishing quite strongly as we follow. Also then, but unfortunately getting some penalties, then dropping down the order. So we'll give a live update of the actual driver standings as well as in those results. So Spa, yes, as you see the guys make their way down the Kimmel Straight, all the way down to Las Comas. Now heading down to the Brussels section. Very iconic circuit, very long circuit, 7 kilometers in length. We'll have, obviously, as we always do, 3 qualifying sessions. The first session we'll have 3 drivers knocked out, so 16th, 17th, 18th. Then we will have Q2, which will see 5 of the drivers eliminated, then through to Q3, where we'll have our pole shootout. We do know, obviously, as we've seen before, for the last 2 races, Jacques Lecrancy really dominating qualifying and dominating the race overall. He looks like a favorite. As I said, we do have Divan Swanepoel back. Now he's in the McLaren. Might be very exciting to see him going around and giving the boys a challenge. Eugene S44 actually finished in 2nd in the previous race. Jogs my memory now. Lee van Rooyen could be potential favorite for pole, and then also Tiger Bolt, always running strong as ever, also a contender for pole. But as we see Kedonks now coming through to start a lap as well. We'll just get some data up here so we can try and track where the guys are. My apologies, as I am alone tonight, it might be a little bit labored. We'll just get some data up there. Going through Radley on, then a Rouge. And yeah, a little bit of a twitch there as we see him come through. Keeps it together quite nicely. That has been an issue for many a driver. Tier 2 as well. We saw quite a few issues with the guys going through a Rouge. Not a very easy line to actually follow. You have to get it pin perfect because it does send you round looking in the incorrect direction down the track if you get it wrong there. We did see quite a huge accident in the Tier 2 race as well. There was unfortunately a McLaren and a Mercedes involved with that huge action from Tier 2. So if you haven't watched that stream, do go watch that stream after this. But thanks again for joining us live. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. Do like the broadcast, but then also send your comments so we can follow the comments as we go through. We see the 2 Red Bulls there very close to each other. Gedonks leading Lee van Rooyen. Just behind them seems to be one of the Toro Rossos, and behind that one of the Reynolds. Right, as we come through to the chicane with Gedonks, we're looking at about a 145, 146. If you see Savage Moses with a 146, 145.2. Kadongs with a 1:47.3, Lee with a 1:45.6. So I think the cutoff time we're really looking at is about a 1:47. As we see the guys now really going through, setting some lap times. GJ Buerta in 5th on a 1:48.4. I think a 1:47.0 might see you through to Q2. As we know, these guys are tightly. And we see, oh no! GJ Buerta setting a lap time. I don't know if it was in his in-lap or just unfortunately trying to push for a second one. He's out of the session, and Eau Rouge claims its victim number 1 just before the start of the Kemmel Straight. That's pretty unfortunate. Now on board with Nick Gishen, which actually looks like he's got an invalidated lap. As we see, the track is quite red there. That usually shows that the guys have run over the lines that the FIA allow for the cars to be within. As we see, Eugene S44 putting his McLaren into second. The two Reynolds very close together. It's Burnout 007 and Wizard's First Rule within 400ths of a second of each other. Looks like they've been putting a lot of practice together, probably running the same similar setup. Right, something very nice we actually have for during the race. What we will be calling on as well is what we've introduced is race engineers. So we do have Tones R, who are the race engineer, is the race engineer for Renault tonight. We'll call in him a bit later and maybe just have a chat with him and find out a bit more in detail about what it takes to be a race engineer, what he looks at, what he looks for, and what advice he actually gives to the drivers. So that's something nice to look out for a bit later. We'll probably get him in around Q2, Q3. We'll just let them settle in, discuss some strategies, and then we can have a word with him a bit later. Right, so this has been a very long circuit itself. It doesn't give you too much time to make a mistake. Example, if you now, as you see Nick Gishen here, he's gone around again, charged up his battery, his ERS, to allow him another run. Disadvantage of that is you running again on this set of tires, so you might be slightly off the pace. Advantage is it's Q1, you only got to beat 3 of your drivers, and as we see, his teammate is out, so he only has to beat 2 drivers to get through to Q2. As I said, if you are making mistakes, and unfortunately, as you see, Nick Gishen, they're purple in the sector, but he spins it out. Oh, it just gives the wall a bit of a lub tap there. No harm, no foul. He'll get that car going again. He does have time to get back into the pit and start again. As we go around with the Ferrari of Senor Ghost 007. And yes, Ferrari being the most dominant manufacturer for Spa. Michael Schumacher winning this Grand Prix 6 times in a row. As we know, his dominant years in the early 2000s. So we hope that can translate into some good fortune for Senor Ghost, as he has some challenging races, the past few races and some qualifying sessions. As you see him going back and forth, they're just trying to get some heat in the tires. Looks slightly overcast, not full sunshine, so we might actually get the tire temperatures requiring some more. The tires requiring some more work just to get up to temperature. And as I said with Nick, as we were with Nick Gishen, if we are making a mistake, this track is so long, to get around again, get back in the pits, go around for your outlap. As we come now with Burris, he's coming to complete his first timed lap. He goes first, so Burris puts in a time of 1:45.1. Very competitive. The Mercedes absolutely beautifully poised around Spa. Yeah. Very good. Let's see. Oh no, looks like his teammate has also retired from the race. Sector 2. That's just a car going slow. So it looks like Manu is out as well, unless he's had some connection issues. I didn't see what happened. That is unfortunate for the Mercedes, as we see the pace there from Burris. That would have led to some good competitive racing between the two of them, as well as qualifying. We go on board with Tiger Bolt, who's been very fortunate for the last few races, finishing 2 seconds and a third. Really now going to start challenging for the championship, as well as he purple sector 2. So his Racing Point really also switched on together. We know they're running Mercedes engines. Thankfully for Tier 2, as he goes to Blanchimont through the chicane, then down to the start finish at the timing line, and he puts it into fourth, 1:45.5. Good. So as we see, we're about halfway through Q1, and we can see we already have 2 drivers out, GJ Buerta and Manu Dietrich. Unfortunately, they won't make it through to Q2, no longer required in session. So only 1 driver now who will have a timed lap will be knocked out of this session. And as I said, I think that 1:47.0 is the time to be at if you want to make it through, if you want to be 15th or higher. So we see it's Burnout 007 and needs a little bit more to improve on his time, just to be a bit more safe. And then Senior Ghost needing to go about 5/10 quicker if he wants to see himself through to Q2 as well. Right, let's have a look at some of the early comments here. Ooh, I'm going to some technical difficulty here. Alright. So we have Gerard Kotze, as loyal as always, supporting Nam Bulldog. Excuse me. Nam Bulldog 88. That's Wim France. So family support there. Wim France, Nam Bulldog really needing a decent race, and I think the motivation we've seen from him for the past few races, I think we're going to have it translated into a great qualifying and a great race for him. So I'm a big fan of Wim France and Nam Bulldog, so I'll be watching very closely as him and his teammate Avilach seem to be very tightly knit Haas team to get some points through and get Haas up the ranks as well. Right, we also have Antonie Groenewald. Good luck, boys. Hope it's a better race than Tier 2. Yeah, we only had 4 drivers completing Tier 2. We did have some rain towards the end, but there was no real effect the rain had on the actual outcome of the race. Maybe only 1 driver succumbing to an issue with the rain. And Travis 21, good luck to all the DRS drivers. Right, so we have Nick Gishen out as well. As I was reading the comments, Nick Gishen's gone out. So there are the 3 drivers that will fall out for this session. We do have Devolt now going through La Source. He has a little bit of a moment going through La Source. Makes his way down to Radleon, and then he'll go up at Rouge. Looks like he's then just on a... he's on an in-lap or now. Yeah, he's on an in-lap. So he's an 8th, he's very safe. Avilach setting a time now as well. He's done the 1:47.065. So there we go, right on the cusp of that cutoff time. Was my best guess. Nam Bulldog, his teammate, in 4th. A great show in 1:45.4. Very awesome, yeah. As we said, the purpose of this, as you see the Ferrari there, nicely getting past, while the Racing Point giving enough space for Ferrari to get through. As Senior Ghost looks to improve in his time to try and get below that 1:47.0, and that will look to be the cutoff time there. So Q1 again, the point and the objective of Q1 is really to get to Q3, to be in that top 15, see yourself safely through there. And you do have 2 sets of tires to take a shot at it, 2 fresh sets of softs to really take a advantage of getting through. And as you see, Senior Ghost now, he's now taking advantage of that second set of tires, trying to improve his time. We do see Jacques Lecrancy, he is out on track on the out. No, he's still in the pit. He'll probably be coming out soon to take on his timed lap. Senior Ghost now coming round towards the chicane, then we'll be completing this time lap, and we're hoping, as we've seen, slightly down on his best, but maybe he's made up. He slightly improves his time by 0.06 of a second. Still not enough to see him below that 1:47.0. He will make it through nonetheless into Q2, because as you see, we got the 3 drivers: GJ Botha, Manu Dietrich and Nick Gishen out, and oh no, Senior Ghost bins it. He's so lucky to get away with that through Eau Rouge. He only manages to lose a front wing there and not lose his tires. That is very lucky, because Eau Rouge, when it spits you out, it doesn't take any prisoners at all whatsoever. So Ferrari there being very lucky, I think, wiping their brows there. Jacques Lecrancy is still in the pit, not yet set a time. He won't make it around to actually set a time, so Jacques Lecrancy might actually be not making it through to Q2 in this session, because he still needs to set a time to actually make it through to Q2. I'm not sure on what the rule is there. From my understanding, you do need to register a time to actually make it in qualifying, but we'll see. As I said, I'm not sure on that rule. Rules change pretty much every day, or every year with Formula 1, so I'm not too sure. As we ride on board with his teammate, it's me Buddha, or the 1:46.10, he'll be safe and clear to make it through to Q2 as the clock winds down. Less than a minute to go for Q1 at Belgium for FTR Racing Season 1, round 6. Right, as things calm down, I think that's pretty much Q1 almost done. As we see, the Ferrari probably still looks to be on an in-lap. Avilach is back out. He's probably on a set of new softs. He's on an out-lap coming now through... seems to be Blanchimont. He will... this will be... Yes, coming through Blanchimont. Through to the chicane, to 20 turns in this 20 turns in the circuit completely. As we hold bated breath, he's got 9 seconds. Oh no, that looks like he's cut the lap there. He will not. Oh, he just makes it through. Seems to be, yes. How's that for perfectly timed out lap? He just makes it over the timing line, and we're right on board with him throughout this lap. He's the only one now, him and It's Me Buddha, who can actually improve on their times. It's Me Buddha safe. Avila will be safe. I think he's probably just trying to see what else the horse can give him. Coming down the Kemmel straight now. Down to Brussels, the very tight hairpin. The challenging part about this hairpin is you snatch the inside front quite a bit. As you see a slight puff of smoke coming off the front right, because not only does the corner go to the right, it also then drops away from you, as well as the gradient is down towards the inside of the corner. So you lose quite a bit of traction on the front right. You don't lose too much tire performance. It's just that the tire is unloaded and you lose a bit of grip, but you won't damage the surface too much, as the load from on that tire is not as great as it would be on your left. And is the purple sector too. I feel like really on a mission, yeah. Fantastic, coming down the Blanchimont straight, sort of straight. Isn't straight as Jeremy Clarkson's new. Ebola circuit on Grand Tour is named. He comes through the chicane, 1920, tucks it up nicely around that corner, beautifully, and goes over the line, pushes it into 8th, definitely safe, 1 whole second quicker than his previous attempt. Very well done, and that will definitely see him through to Q2. Right, so that will be it for Q1. Drivers out. GJ Buerta 1 incident. Manu Dietrich out. Nick Gishen out. Unfortunately, those two incidents that we did see might have caused them to retire. But we'll actually just keep an eye as well on Jacques Lehansi to actually see if he makes it through, because no time set, and as I said, I'm unfamiliar with that rule. Right, so there we have it. We'll have a quick look at those who made it through. Yes, so 4 drivers not making it through. GJ Buerta, Manu, Nick Gish, and Jacques Lehansi, who I saw just joined the session right after qualifying. So I just need to maybe get some update regarding that. Maybe we will have an update from someone in the comments, or we'll have an update from one of the race engineers during the qualifying session. But right, boys and girls, so times reset now, all the way to 0. Right, now Q2 is important for one real thing. Well, let's call it 2 real things here. It is to get into Q3 to have a shot at pole position, but then also to determine which tire you're actually going to start the race on. As we know, with some telemetry put up here quickly, as Lee van Rooyen leaves the pits. But yes, as I was saying, so for Q2, this is the qualifying that determines which tire you are going to start the race on. So your quickest time that you post in Q2 on that specific compound, be it soft or medium, that's the exact tire you start the race on. This can either lead into you wanting to go on a longer stint, or really trying to push hard in the first few laps of the Grand Prix and going on the softs. For us in Tier 2, it worked out nicely, as only 10 of our drivers managed to get through to Q2 because of what I call the devil's wife, being Eau Rouge, eating up and spitting out some of the drivers, unfortunate drivers in Tier 1, making it through to Q2, qualifying 2, and this is going to be a very... I don't think we'll see exactly what the guys' pace is going to be like. They'll probably hold a bit back for Q3. As I said, the point here is to get into the top 10, but also get in the top 10 on the tyre of your choice that you know you have to run the first stint of the Grand Prix with. So riding in the Grand Prix, you have to run 2 tyres. You have to run the soft and the medium, or the soft and the hard. It really depends on your strategy. But you do know you have to switch over at some point in the race. From experience from Monday night in Tier 2, 1 stop is sufficient enough for this race. As we know, the track is not too harsh on the tires. The Red Bulls are getting a little bit closer, maybe give each other a little bit more room as they start their lap. Or do we see this is a strategy ploy, and I know the mind of Lee van Rooyen. Myself and him are very good friends. I think they've actually set this up nicely to give each other a nice tow down through Radlion, up Eau Rouge, down the Kimmel Straight. So what's happening here is, what Lee van Rooyen's doing is he's punching a hole through the air, cleaning up the air for his fellow driver or his teammate behind him to be riding through clean air. So as we know, the faster you go in physics, well, according to physics, the faster you go, the thicker the air becomes. So once Lee's punched that air away, the air is then disturbed, and the Red Bull following can go and cut through the air a little bit quicker. That works nicely for the straightaways. Unfortunately, when it's traveling too close to these Formula 1 cars as they are now, the air that gets disturbed in a different manner going around the corner, and that can actually severely impact your downforce of the car following you, and his front wing and rear wing don't work as efficiently as it should. So it isn't compromise. As you see Lee now purple in sector 2, it is a compromise, and you need to get it perfect, the distance between yourself and your teammate, to ensure that you're not too much disturbed through the corners, but you also get that full advantage of the toe down the main straights. And then Lee coming through turns 19, 20, the chicane. As you see those brake discs glowing there from the overworking. Lee sets the benchmark at 1:45.0. Gedonks, his teammate, coming through at a 1:46.4. And next to cross the line looks to be Eugene S44, definitely someone to look out for. Very quick driver. On the mediums goes 1:45.7. Fantastic job on the mediums. We have one of the it's me Bernard, one of the Reynolds. It's me Bernard. Oh no, he pins it around the final corner of the chicane. Yellow flag is out. Not an issue there. I'm sure you'll get going again. It looks to be pretty safe. As you see, one of the racing points, probably be Deerwald now coming past. Luckily not interrupted. He goes fourth with a 1:46.5. He's on the soft. It's me Bernard's time. Obviously will stand. He's gone over the line, but he definitely has enough time to return himself to the pit lane. Tiger Bolt also on a slower lap, maybe just trying to get a sight and lap, or if he's made a mistake somewhere along the line. On there, right. So Burries now comes over the line to start his first lap. Time lap. So he topped the timing sheets in Q1. Put it in the yards and put it in the practice. Let's see if Burries actually will repeat that performance from Q1. Put it on top in Q2 again. Right, so two more comments coming through from Darius Digital Sim Racing. Good luck to all racing. Yeah. At the end of the day, as we say, racing's always the winner, especially when you have fantastic races to watch throughout YouTube. It's absolutely awesome to see that at the time when we can't watch real Formula 1, a lot of guys are stepping up. We see the virtual Grand Prix where a lot of the Formula 1 drivers are going on, and there's various leagues available then to watch. So yes, thank you very much for everybody who is watching. Do remember to like and subscribe, and yeah, share with your friends, family. If they've got nothing else to do on a Wednesday night, come along and watch some racing. And then Rishan supporting Senior Ghost. Rishan, one of the other Ferrari drivers, not racing tonight. I see. Perhaps maybe having some issues. We'll maybe catch up with him a bit later. But maybe if I could, I know I did request that Tones R, maybe just join us in the comms box. He's the race engineer for Reynolds. Maybe just get an update as to what he thought about It's Me Burnout 007's little incident, and maybe just a little bit of an update on what they think the race will be like strategy-wise. As you see, Tiger Bolt now topping the times, dipping into the 1:44.9s. My best guess, I'm thinking 1:46.5 is going to be the top 10 cutoff time. As we've got It's Me Buddha, Avilach, Savage Moses, Nam Bulldog 88, Senior Ghost 007, Divan, and Burries yet to set a lap, and we know these guys are phenomenally quick as well. Savage Moses in his first debut Grand Prix for in FTR, him and his teammate in the Alfa Romeos locking out the front row, so we know he's definitely got the pace in that Alfa Romeo to challenge for top spots and grid lockouts. As Nam Bulldog now comes through the source, we'll get some lap data enabled here. He's on the medium tire. We'll see what's fitted. There we go. Now we can see better as to who's fitted the medium and who's on the actually on the softs. So we'll follow Nam Bulldog around and see if he can dip under that 146.5 with the mediums. That will be a very competitive time on the mediums, but it'll also give him a good advantage during the race. He'll be able to go a little bit longer and have that pace at the end of the race then to push on the softs, and that will then surely play into his hands for him to have a solid finishing position. Right, so Tones has joined. Hello Tones, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good, thank you. I just want to check your settings for your sharing on your voice is set to share.
Yes, I believe I did set it, so I hope it works.
Perfect, good man, thank you. So, quick one, it's me, sorry man, it's me, Burnout, unfortunately, there in the chicane. I can imagine the words he was saying, but what does he make of that? Was he on for a good lap there when he went around?
Yeah, it seems like he had two purple sectors there, so he was on a quick lap there, but yeah, unfortunately on the last corner he lost it. Yeah, the plan is just to go back to the pitch, reset, and just take another go at it. So yeah, we hope he gets better on that time.
No, good. Yeah, and as I said, this track is long, but fortunately he did make the mistake a little bit early in the qualifying, so he does have that time. Now,
lucky.
Yeah, lucky he does, and he's got. We've got this race engineer idea that we've now implemented, and yourself now being the inaugural race engineer on the commentating. Just maybe take us through the ideas, the thoughts, what you guys are speaking about, and more or less what is expected for the race as an engineer.
Yeah, okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm just keeping an eye for them, what's going on in the tracks, see who's behind them, who's in front of them, gaps. And then also, seeing what the other drivers are doing in terms of tyre choices and, just the basic support. Any questions they might have, Unfortunately, we don't have the tools to look at everyone's, like you guys in the lobby, we have to watch the stream and base our decision from what we can see on the stream. But yeah, I think it helps a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a good concept, and I think it can work.
No, yeah, it's. I think it's very nice. It's interesting. It's interactive. I mean, the drivers are pretty much focused on what they have to do and don't really have time to join us. But it's nice then to hear what. And it's me, Buddha, just posting the time there, the 1:45.5 in fourth. Yeah, it's just nice to hear what the guys are thinking, what they're going to be needing to do, and we'll obviously learn as we go what their inter-team battle is going to be like, and also how they're going to help each other through. Have you guys spoke about the tow effect down the Long Camel Straight? Is that be something that's come up?
No, I don't think for the Renault team they've looked into that, and unfortunately they had a bad streak so far in terms of finishing races, so they're just focusing on maybe putting in a good couple of laps tonight, maybe not finishing the race, seeing if they can make the third qualifying sector. So yeah, for these guys, they're almost like back to the drawing board just to get the basics right again. Yeah. But they do sound very positive for tonight, and I think they're in for a good race.
That's good. And just one last thought. I saw that their Q1 times were pretty close together.
Yes,
they have been practicing quite a bit together. They're running similar setups.
Yes, okay. They practice a lot offline, and even tonight before the race, they spend a bit of time, just getting everything dialed in for the race. So we hope it pays off for them.
Okay, no good. Well, Tones, thank you very much for joining us. I will call on you probably during the race again. Enjoy the stream further and chat to the guys and tell them good luck, because I'd like to see Renault finishing strongly.
Yes, I know it too. Thanks, Sheldon.
Cool, nice man, Tones. Cheers, man. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Right, so there we have it. Our first race engineer, Tones R, who actually rides in Tier 2 with us as well on Monday nights, as well in the league. He now been the race engineer for It's Burnout 007 and Wizard's First Rule. So that's a nice new initiative we're looking at, and hopefully we have more engineers as the races go on, and the guys join us, so we can hear a bit more what's happening on and around the tracks with the inter-team battles, but then also see what the guys are thinking. As Senior Ghost in Blanchimont has Blanchimont Straight. Unfortunately, he's gone out. That's a bit of a sore point for the Ferrari. Unfortunately, not making it through to Q3. Apologies. Right, so back to the qualifying. Divan then, the prodigal son returning, showing us how it's done. 1:44.7. He tops the timing sheets. Tiger Bolt 12 then in second. Lee van Rooyen in third. Not covered by too much, just under 3/10. Barry's there slotting his Mercedes into fourth, 1:45.5. It's me, Buddha, 1:45.5 as well. Very close between himself and Barry's. Eugene, S44, 1:45.7. Abilach on a 1:45.8. Kedonks there, 1:46.4. DBR 257, 1:46.5. So yeah, that 1:46.5 is more or less about it. It's Wizard's First Rule. Wizard's First Rule, 1:46.6. He's safe as Nam Bulldog, and it's Burnout 007 has seen, both of them have seen the checkered flag. It looks like Savage Moses has also now lost it in the middle of the Kemmel Straight. Very peculiar place to actually lose it. That's unfortunate for Savage Moses. We know he had the pace to challenge to the top. Wizard's First Rule is still on the lap. He is safe as the two drivers behind him are not going to improve. Burris as well, that's out. He's slowing down. He's on the in lap, so that'll be it for Q2. As we see there on the screen, it is starting to drizzle. Now, if this is going to affect Q3, I am not sure. As we see, it's still light rain. Barry is going over the line to finish his lap. It's actually quicker as the game then resets a little bit quicker. But Wizard's First Rule, he has gone through Sector 2. He's only 3/10 off. He's he's 5 seconds. My apologies now. So he's actually slowed down. I think the rain is slightly starting to affect the drivers with those times being 5 seconds off. So this is the worst time to be on dry tires as Q2 is finished. However, the track gets so slippery and so greasy. Also, the water doesn't disperse, and as it just creates a film on the dry tire, the slick tire, sending your car all over the place, giving you no real purchase on the tire itself. So that's it for Q2. And drivers unfortunately not making it through to Q3 will be Nam Bulldog 88. It's Burnout 007. Savage Moses losing on the Kemmel Straight. And then also Senior Ghost out. He was going through Blanchimont when he hit the wall and is also out. Benefit for those drivers who are out of Q3. Those who are out in Q2 and Q1 do have the advantage now of selecting the tire they would like to start on. So if they would like to start on the hard tire, that is an option to them. The hard tire is a competitive tire in terms of durability. It will get you through to a point where the last 8 laps you can actually ride full out, hard out on your softs and still be competitive. So this is a 22 lap race, 7 kilometers around Belgium. It's a pretty long lap. You do make 1 or 2 mistakes. You do have some time, some corners to catch up. 20 corners divides that 7 kilometers, as I said before. So with the rain coming down, as we see it is there, I do think intermediates will be the tire right now, and this is where a lot of pure outright pace goes out the door and sensibility comes in. Driver technique, driver skill comes in now, and this really sets the elite apart from most drivers. As we know, all 18 drivers today are elite drivers. As you see, Gedonks going, leaving the pits. We'll just have a look at what tyre he's fitted. He has, so all of them have the intermediates fitted in the garage. That is going to be interesting, as now we're not sure. We did not have a wet race or wet qualifying in Tier 2. So what the benchmark time now is, I'm only going to have to take a guess and say it is around 2 minutes 5 seconds is what we're going to probably see from the quicker guys. Probably might still be wrong, as yeah, I'm not 100% sure. But now Radleon up to Eau Rouge becomes far more difficult. You got less purchase, you've got a change in the G-forces. The car bottoms out at the bottom of Eau Rouge, coming to Radleon up to Eau Rouge. That could really throw your car off. And fortunately, they do have groove tires to displace some of the water, but get it offline. And unfortunately, yeah, Eau Rouge is going to have many a victim in Q3 if the guys do not keep their wits about them going through. So all but 4 drivers out on track. Not sure if the 4 drivers still within the pit or waiting on to see, well, 3 now, to see if the track will dry up. The rain does look a bit steady. I think the intermediates will most likely be the tyre of choice throughout qualifying 3. There's no looks of the rain actually letting up. So as I mentioned in Q1, it did look a bit overcast to where the guys had to, oh no, unfortunately for Gedonks, overrunning the chicane there quite a bit. It's very difficult to get your lap started nicely if you run that wide. You slow through the corner, slow onto the start-finish straight. You're losing speed all the way down the straight. Through La Source he does go, making his way down to Radleon and Upper Rouge. Let's see if he nurses the Red Bull through nicely. Respects Eau Rouge. Oh no, runs a bit wide. Lap still valid. Coming down the Kemmel straight now. DRS open, so that still means it's a dry, it's classified as dry racing there. Yes, we can see that there's no more rain on the vehicle itself. Is the rain letting up? We see Tiger Bolt out on the soft, so my apologies then, and I was incorrect. The rain is actually going away in one whole lap. That's how long this lap is. It can actually throw you out. The one side of the course can be flooding, and then the other can be bone dry. Senior SR Gedonks might actually just, as an advisory from his teammate, will probably delete this lap, turn into the pit, and put on the soft tires. As we see, his teammate is now also on the softs. Tiger Bolt is on the track on the soft tires. We'll ride with Gedonks to see if he actually completes this lap. There is definitely time for him to return to the pit. As we see, come around turn 19. No, he goes to complete the lap. Now, he does have time to restart, to return to the pit. So we see most of the drivers that were on a lap returning to the pits, putting on the dry tyre. Avilach also now returning into the pit. So those who did stay in the pit at the beginning of the qualifying now finding some advantage. Back out on the dry tyre. Everyone on the intermediates returning, as you see there, coming through up to Puan, past Puan, my apologies, up to Campo and Stavilo. We see that there is a little bit of rain in the mid part of the circuit. The rest of the circuit seems obviously no rain. Very interesting, and as I said, this lap is so long. The course is spread out so far. One side of the track does, you do find that to be wet, and the other side will find to be dry. As Tiger Bolt's warming up those tires, trying to probably get any of moisture that was on the tires that he collected through a section of Puyan where it was raining. He starts his lap, goes through. We'll follow him through to see what the benchmark time is. So we did see Devon dipping into the 144s in Q2. I think pole position 144.5, 144.4. Tigerbolt, Lee van Rooyen, Devon Fernand, Eugene as well, and Burries, all within a definite shot of being pole. Also very impressive qualifying times from Devolt of late as well. Also very good race. One race ago, 2 races ago, taking victory. So we do know that the Racing Points, both of them have got the pace to challenge. Right, so comment here, Jacques Lagranci, yes, he's having an issue with his internet. Hopefully he'll make the race, he says. He's putting his money on Tiger Bolt to hit pole. And yeah, if I was a betting man with this top 10 that we have right now in Tier 2, I would not put my money on anybody. As we've seen, it changes race to race. These guys are so tightly competitive. A few tenths here, a few tenths there. And then we have Gerard Kotsov with Divan for pole. So Divan returning, he's definitely got a statement to make. As we see there, 146.2 from Tiger Bolt. Definitely some more time still to come. Avilach will be next to cross the line as he comes to, he's on out lap, sorry, my apologies. He'll be the next one to start. Lee van Rooyen, he's got an invalidated lap. He's still pushing that Red Bull to the limits there. And now there we go. Looks like he's just now slowing down to recollect himself. Boris Owen, he's showing some good pace and some good performance. Coming through Stavo, through Corb, down towards Blanchimont, and he purple sector 2. It's Me Buddha's retired from the session. Looks like a Rouge has claimed a victim in Q3. Hopefully that's not commentator's curse. It's Me Buddha in the Williams, unfortunately now out. Eau Rouge claiming a victim. The devil's wife, as we say in Formula 1. And Barry is there, 145.0. Great lap. Putting 1.2 seconds on Tiger Bolt there, but we do know there is definitely more time to come. However, Lee van Rooyen there, purple in sector 1 now. We do definitely know that these guys don't have too much time more to set a second lap. As we see the clock counting down to 2 minutes 35 seconds. You need to be leaving the pit at about 2 minutes 30 to start a newer lap or a fresh lap if you want to get into the pits, get a fresh set of tires. You need about 2 minutes 30 seconds when leaving the pit to get around again to start your next timing lap, as your out lap is about a lot slower than your timed lap. Divan and Eugene following each other in tandem. The McLarens look like they're going to maybe be using the tow operation, the tow option, as I explained with the Red Bulls that tried it in Q1. They are getting a bit close. Seems like they try and give each other some gap more. Avilach, no! He loses it through a Rouge. Parks the car perpendicular to the track, spins it around. Luckily, they don't see anyone that's coming through that section, so he'll be fine. Lee van Rooyen putting in the quickest lap on a 1:44.9. It is getting very close with the top two now. There is all but we'll have a look there. What's the difference there? 0.08 of a second between Lee van Rooyen and Barry. It's Wizard's first rule in third. Great improvement by the driver. Wizard's first rule really improving his outright one lap pace, but also his racing pace. So the Reynolds are really coming to the owner. Hopefully it's aided and assisted by the information being fed by the engineer as well. But I know Wizard's first rule and his teammate, his name escapes me, is Burnout 007. I have been putting a lot of effort. A lot of times when I log on, I do see the two of them in a party and they are busy practicing. So yes, the practice definitely makes perfect. As they say, practice will always trump talent. So practice is the aim of the game. Right, so we have Avilach now completing a lap. Or he's now... looks like I was invalidated lap, unfortunately. Qualifying 3 is over. Deerwald did not set a time. Perhaps have connectivity issues. Lee van Rooyen is still on pole. We have a... that's Wizard's first rule going slow, but we've got Divan. Now we'll follow Divan. Divan has got the pace to challenge for pole position, or not even... Well, he might even just get the front row, but let's see what he does. Comes over. Divan Swanepoel takes pole. 1:44.3. I did say a 1:44.5, 1:44 would have it, and Divan's just showed us almost by 0.6 of a second. He's back. Missing out on the last 3 races, but his pace has not faltered. Congratulations, Divan. That's definitely a lap to be proud of. Lee van Rooyen, Red Bull making it second. Barry 01 third. Eugene S44, the second of the McLarens, in fourth, finishing off the second row. Wizard's first rule, take a bow. Starting the third row in fifth with a very quick Tiger Bolt behind him in sixth. Kadonks coming around now, turn 20. He'll put a lap in. And he goes ahead of Tiger Bolt, 6th. There we go. Tiger Bolt drops down to 7th. It's me, Buddha, Avilach, both out of the session, and Deerwald DBR 257, not setting a time. Perhaps has some connectivity issues. Right, so Gerard Kotze actually takes the money on this one. Yes, Divan Swanepoel, pole position, 1:44.399. That just shows pace has not gone off. Fantastic pole position there, Divan, and welcome back. The Divan Lee van Rooyen saga now restarts, re-kicks off at Belgium Spa. What a track. What a time to be alive. What a time to be watching racing with Lee van Rooyen and Divan now, their saga continuing. But we do know we've got the likes of Savage Moses, we've got the likes of Jacques Lagrancy, unfortunately, is going to be starting at the back. We have guys, the older, more wiser foxes, Nam Bulldog 88, that can challenge. We got Eugenius 44. This is making for tantalizing racing. Nick Kishan, really always been there and thereabout as well. I think he's also going to be a driver to look out for, as his race trim is always on point. He sees the tires through decently. He does one stops, tire whisperer as well in his Toro Rosso. So it's me, Buddha, can also be in the time with the challenge. And then we know Deerwald, a race winner already, DBR257, a race winner. So all these names I'm mentioning, we might as well mention the whole pack, because everybody at the right time, at the right day, has a chance to win. But so right, the formation lap will commence. Yeah, what the boys will do is they'll go through the gears, ensure the gearbox selects all the gears. They'll check all their settings, their fuel mixes, their ERS deployment. They'll ensure their brakes heat the right temperature. They ensure their carcass of the tire will be nice and warm. So you can generate some heat from your brake discs into your carcass of your tires. And the warmer the carcass of the tire is, the better the actual structure of the tire is, and then the surface is less prone to variations in temperature changes. So you want to try and keep it at a constant 95, 96 degrees Celsius, and that's where those tires are at the optimal in performance and grip, and they won't see you off into the gravel, into the kitty litter, or spending your day sipping champagne on your yacht if you're Kimi Räikkönen and driving in Monaco. Right, so a pretty long outlap as well, as we said, 7 kilometers around Belgium. As I said, Formula One's one of Formula One's most iconic races. Used to span a lot longer. Used to go through parts of the towns, the neighboring towns of the forest, which in it's situated, but very much shortened as well. And the boys still make their way around. 22 laps, we see it. You can go on the softs. You can put around lap 8, between 8 and 10, and then see yourself through to the end on the mediums. And obviously the inverse, if you're on the mediums, you can then see yourself through to about lap 13, 14, even 15 if you stretch it and look after the tires nicely, and then put yourself onto the softs and have the pace towards the end. So the boys just coming through now at the back of Blanchemont. I'm still coming through Stavo. So now is when the game takes over, gets the boys all nicely lined up. We see some of the cars already lined up on the grid. That can either be from connectivity issues or some other form of accidental driving. Sometimes you do accidentally touch someone and then they send you to the grid. But we will ride on board with Burries and hopefully get a nice view of the start of this Grand Prix. So quickly, just before we start, good luck Tier 1 guys. Tier 2 race was one that won't be forgotten from Van and Nel, so that's Oldie Bones. Let's go boys. Nicholas Bennett, good luck to Tier 1. Come on Gedonk, so we got some serious support for Gedonks here. Paresh making a return. How's it Paresh? Thank you again for commenting. And Titus Malema, also one of our newer drivers, joining us. Good luck gents. Let's go boys. So green flag we can see waved in the distance on the right hand side from podium. We'll just wait for Codemasters. There we go. Light 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Green light. Go, 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 go. Great getaway there by Burries. He's already looking to challenge Lee for second. Divan makes it around the corner nice and clean. Lee and Burries there. Looks like they're going to be fighting around. You see one of the Reynolds running wide and Red Bull running wide, dropping down a bit more there. Lena clear of Burries. Eugene right on the back of Burries. What a start there by Eugene S44 coming through from about 7th on the grid. We do have a GJ Buerta out. Oh no, through Eau Rouge, as well as it looks like Deerwald DBR257 looks like also been entangled there. No, so we got a virtual safety car already as we go. We need to see what the times are. Let's get some times. Get a position change, some lap data. We'll hide that. There we go. Tracking yellow flag conditions. Where Lee van Rooyen, he's got through under the. I'm not sure if he's got through under the virtual safety car, or did he get through before the virtual safety car? Must have been through the Kemmel Straight. So Lee van Rooyen leads under virtual safety car conditions. Divan second, Burries third, Eugene S44, he's fourth. Gedonks coming up one position, he's now in fifth. We do have Avilach making it up 3 positions, up to 6. Nice, well done, good start there by the Haas. Tiger Bolt 12 in 7th, Buddha still in 8th. As we green again, racing pace, it's Wizard's first rule, not going a little bit wide now, but he gets it, saves it, great racing, he's all over that Williams, it comes down the inside, it does, gives him a bit of respect, great racing, fantastic foresight to actually allow the Williams to go through, not getting tangled. Now we can see now, he's right on the back of It's Me Buddha. Great racing there. As we see Jacques Lecrancy now coming from 18th. He's already up to 13th. As we see Lee van Rooyen was overtaken by Divan there. Lee now right on the back of Divan again, as well as Burries within a shot. They don't have DRS yet. DRS only active around the next lap, but Eugene's also coming down on this pair, and the fight between Lee and Divan, it's like Divan was never away from racing. He is on it, and so is Lee. These guys are too closely matched. I don't know what the team principal would do if these two were teammates, because they are right on each other. Fantastic drivers, fantastic racing, but Burries 0-1 and Eugene S44 also getting away with him, not being left behind by the don't know, and Burries loses it going through Puan. That's unfortunate. You just put your tire on that inside sawtooth curves, and that's what happens. You lose it a bit, you lose some traction on the back left tire, and that's it. But Lee van Rooyen is not letting go of Divan. This is going to be, let's hold our thumbs and let's hope that this continues right through the race, because I don't think these two are going to allow each other to get away from or from each other. They are going to stick on each other like glue. As we can see, there's not much between them. Lee right on that McLaren, almost pushing him through the corner. Awesome racing there. Fantastic stuff. We'll look down the water as we see now. It's Me Buddha coming down on Nam Bulldog. Wizard's first rule must have been some issue with It's Me Buddha, because Wizard's first rule has got by him. So Senior Ghost, Jacques Lecrancy up to 9th. He is having a storming race as well. Nick Gishin in 12th. He unfortunately was out in Q1. He's up 5 positions. Savage Moses is also having a difficult time in Q2 now. He's still in 13th. Burries 01 unfortunately going through Puan, making a mistake, and he's now dropped down to 14th. Manu Dietrich around in 15th. He's made up 1 position. He also was out in Q1. It's Me Bernard also 2, where he spun around last corner, didn't make it through to Q3. It seems like Deerwald has some connectivity issues, because let's maybe see, has he stopped? Yeah, okay, so he has stopped, and yeah, so that's why he's actually a bit off the drivers at the moment. We'll return to as we see Lee van Rooyen now pulling out 1.1 seconds out of Divan. does not check the pass made on them as we're going down the grid. We do see this Red Bull now pulling away from the two McLarens. McLaren really with a strong showing here. They are gaining Daniel Ricciardo for 2021. They're losing Sainz, but they should come look at FTR and maybe sign Divan and Eugene, because these two are doing absolutely great work for McLaren. But Kedonks, also surprise driver, up in fourth now, putting a lot of time, a lot of effort with Lee Van Rooyen. I know they practice quite a bit, and it really pays off again. As you see, practice is always the key to better performance. Ask any professional, any sportsman. Don't ask me, because I'm neither of those. Avilach now, he's in sixth. Looks like he's in a little bit of world of his own there, that horse. As we see, Jacques Lecrancy now, he's on the medium. Pumpkinhead going right through past Wizard's first rule. Claire Williams will be so proud. That Rocket, rightfully named Rocket Williams, just storming through the grid. He was on the last, so fantastic showing then by Jacques. Senior Ghost now on Wizard's first rule. Wizard's first rule slightly coming off the pace. Still doing a great job nonetheless. Up 5 positions. Really awesome to see. As we see Nam Bulldog now, the old fox now on the younger Ferrari driver, pushing him along, saying, come, hurry up, youngster, I'm coming through. And this is going to be some tight racing. Fantastic stuff by these boys, getting very close, not touching at all. Burry's on a recovery drive, coming up to a battle between Nick Gishin and Savage Moses. These three are going to really give each other a pushing as well. Just a return, as we see Divan now, again, yeah, this is what it is. Divan closing that gap, not allowing Lee to go too far ahead of him, keeping him within striking distance. It's going to continue like this until someone makes a move and really puts the race in their control. Could it be through pit stops, or could it be through pure racing and finding a better line through? Eugene slightly now falling off the pace of the two ahead. Now I'm still managing the gap to Tiger Bolt, who's now got past Kedonk, still doing a fantastic job, coming up from 6th now. He's in 5th. Avilach riding that solid race, but he's got Jacques Lecrancy now bearing down on him like a stabbed rat, and he's for sure a sitting duck with that. Williams showing some proper top-end performance, pure performance from Jacques Lecrancy. Wizard's first rule hanging on there into 8th. He's down 3 positions. Sure, he will recover his drive, and he is also then just put a little gap now again on Senior Ghost. The Ferrari actually doing a very good job this race. Previous race, nothing was too good for him, but really riding beautifully now, putting that Ferrari in a nice position. Nam Bulldog 88 not letting go. Definitely a Bulldog, not letting go of that old tough tacky. Ensuring Savage Moses retires from the session, and we go to full safety car. Savage Moses going out in Stavo. Seems to be, oh, that's an unfortunate one for the Alfa Romeo. It's the only Alfa Romeo currently in the race, and he's out. Not good for Alfa Romeo. As you can see, the stricken car there, full safety car. Slightly maybe too early to dive into the pit. See a lot of guys actually diving into the pit now. What are we going to see? Do we see hards from Divan? Right, that's going to see Divan off to the end of the race, without a doubt. Lee Van Rooyen leading this race. He's on the medium. The medium, it's going to give you about 13 to 14 laps of good performance. If Lee can manage those tires, he might get looks like the 16 laps 16 and a half laps that he needs. We will have 2 or 3 laps behind the safety car, so that will work in his favor. But Divan, without a doubt, will be the one who will be going to the end of the race on those hards. Those hards will not give in before the 16 laps are over. He will have some decent performance. The hards are not that bad on Spa because of the lap being so long, where you do push harder, you lose performance on those softer tires or the medium tires a lot quicker than you will on the hards. So I think right now Divan, with a great strategy there, McLaren, Zach Brown and the boys making a fantastic choice there. Eugene S44 now, he has opted to stay out, so is Avilach running second. As I said, Lee van Rooyen, he's on the mediums, Divan on the hards. Nam Bulldog up to 5th, he's still on the softs. Actually, great performance from him on his softs. He's still got about 3-4 laps left on the softs. Tiger Bolt also pitted, he's on the medium. Manu Dietrich, he's still on the medium, not yet pitted, 5 laps old. Gedonk's done in 8th, pitted. He's on mediums as well. Jacques Lachranci also, he's going to go to the end of the race on his hards. Wizard's first rule on the medium. Senior Ghost, Nick Gishin also on the hards. It's me, Buddha, also gone in on the pit lap before. Burnout 007 also up in the mediums. Burries and hard. Burries also then definitely going to the end of the race. And Deerwald then with an opportunity now to catch up to the pack, make up some positions and get some points. He'll be on the. He's also on the mediums, and if the safety car continues for another lap or two, definitely continue for one more lap. But if it does continue for a second lap after this, or if it comes in this lap, those on the mediums might just be out of range, and then working into the guys with the hards. But if this safety car goes around for a second time after this, then we definitely know those boys on the mediums might have just pulled off a hat-trick and are in the shout to really push on those guys with the hards. Only time will tell now as the guys go through. So have Rishan on the comments. Rishan, thank you for commenting. Why are you not racing tonight? So if you could just maybe let me know, you can let all your fans, your adoring Ferrari fans, because who does not adore a Ferrari driver, irrespective of who he is? Everyone loves a Ferrari driver. If you could just let us know, buddy, why we do not see you tonight. Senior Ghost, definitely needing some support from you tonight as well. Right, so I just want to quickly give you an update on the standings. Let's find them here. So, for drivers' standings right now, Lee van Rooyen still leading the Tier 1 drivers' standings with 74. Just behind him, Burries unfortunately now dropped down to 15th. He's on 60 points, 14 behind. Deerwald, yes, also now needs to have a good race now to finish in points, because he's within a shout of the championship. He's in 3rd. Avilach 4th on 54 points. Sorry, Deerwald was on 58. These updated points are on our Facebook page. Please do go look for Full Throttle Racing ZA on Facebook, and you can have a look at these updated standings. Tiger Bolt, also very great performances from him in the previous races. Finishing on the podium in, I think, on all his races except one at the moment. He's on 54 points. He did start later in the Grand Prix with us, and it looks like, yes, the safety car will go around one more time. So usually when the safety car comes through the Sector 2 timing line, the lights would go off to indicate that the safety car is coming in. But as you can see, those lights are still flashing, and he's gone through the Sector 2 timing light. They are currently in Sector 3, so that means another lap for the safety car, meaning this is slowly playing into the hands of those on the mediums right now. Yes, you do see the medium showing that they've got one lap on them, but this is a very slow lap. The drivers will not be taking the corners at the normal speed. The slower corners are not that much of an issue, rather than those quicker corners as we see through Pouan coming through Blanchimont, as well as Radleon and Eau Rouge. That's Radleon and Eau Rouge corners 2, 3, and 4, where a lot of the drivers do have difficulty and do find themselves looking the wrong way or looking into the wall, having an early tee time. Getting back to the points though, Jacques Lecrancy then, he's on 52 points. He is currently in 9th. Manu Dietrich in 7th on 34. Nam Bulldog 88 on 25 points. Eugene S44 in his McLaren on 24 points. And then Nick Gishen running at the top 10. Toro Rosso for 19 points. And we'll just have a look quick at the constructors. So constructors then, Red Bull Racing for tier 1 of 4th on 88 points. Racing Point on 112 points. So Deerwold and Tigerbolt doing a great job in Racing Point. Thank you, ladies and thank you, gentlemen, because yes, go Racing Point. And I think Dr. Klaas Dustin, my tier 2 teammate, will agree with me. Mercedes on 94 points. Manu Dietrich and Baris 0-1 in the Mercedes. From France, Nambulldog 88 and Avilach on 89 points with the Haas team. As I said, Lee and Kedonks, Aston Martin, Red Bull Racing, more name, Red Bull Racing, 88 points. Rocket Williams Racing, it's me, Buddha, and Jacques Lecrancy, 56 points. And I do think as we go on in these championship, that's going to become quite a tight contest between those top 5. McLaren then are with a brilliant showing at the moment. Eugene and Divan on 36 points. Now we know Divan was out for 3 races, but I think McLaren are going to start now chipping away at that lead that Racing Point have and start contesting for a higher position. Toro Rosso, GJ Buerta and Nick Gishen there on 20 points. Scuderia Ferrari, as I said, Senior Ghost and Rishan on 12 points. Renault, it's me. No, why do I keep saying it's me? Because there's so much it's me's. It's Burnout 007, my apologies, Avion. With his South American teammate, Wizards First Rule, on 7 points. Alfa Romeo, great qualifying pace, showing the real true pace of the Alfa Romeos. They have not yet scored, but boys and girls, Eugene's going to lead us away as the safety car makes his way through corners 19. He will not see corner 20. He will go straight on into the pit, and Eugene will lead us to the line. And as we know, no overtaking until the timing line. So Eugene gets that away slightly, a little bit of tail happiness there by the McLaren, but he gets away nicely. Avilach now not challenging yet through La Source. Lee van Rooyen right behind Avilach. Diva nicely also away. Nam Bulldog away. Tigerbolt seems like everybody. Manu Dietrich up to 7th. Kedonks 8th. Chocolate France now 9th. Wizards First Rule. And as we see, Lee van Rooyen goes past Avilach through a Rouge. Brave moves down coming through the Kimmel Straight. And even Diva now on the inside of Avilach, and he gives him the space to get through. Oops, and he doesn't try anything too fancy, but he'll line him up again. Tigerbolt still riding through nicely, but he's got Nam Bulldog on his tail. Great effort by him on the softs in 8 laps. I really think Nam Bulldog's going to be sitting pretty with a decent racer, because those softs have really lasted the chant. So coming through to lap 10, and if he's going to continue on those softs, that mediums are going to give him utterly awesome performance. As we see Lee van Rooyen bearing down on Eugene S44. We know these McLarens have got the pace. These McLaren boys are really showing today that they are a great pairing. They do have a Red Bull hunting down on them. Avilach also fantastic, always having a good race. High up the midfield, I would say. He's definitely due a podium, but we know Tivan has got absolute raw pace, and he is going to show Avilach, I'm still here. I might have gone away for 3 races, but I'm still here. Tigerball 12 not letting go either of Divan. Maybe Tigerballs is going to be joining this battle. We do have Manu here in 7th, Kadongs 8th, Jacques Lecrancy, he's on the hard, Pumpkinhead. He's probably got the best helmet on the grid. Wizards first rule, 3 seconds down the road, holding it off in 10th. Paris 01 has seen a nice recovery there from himself, up to 11th. Senior Ghost, Ferrari 12th. Devil 13th definitely needs to get into the points as he's in a shot with the... we got a virtual safety car as I now going to its Buddha is in the serving a penalty in the pits. Nick Kishan, unfortunately, running around the back of the pack. He's in 15th. We're still under now virtual safety car. Who do we have? We might have just had a slight spin somewhere because I do not see any of the drivers other than Savage Moses and GJ Buerta, who earlier retired from the race. Hey, there we go racing. Is it just me or YouTube? Did we see some rain? I need to have a look at them because just going through Puan, we saw some rain. I'm just going to go to the back here. No, we don't. I think maybe it'll be a decent time to... Oh, Paris. Manu looks like he's lost a front wing. Yes, he has. The Mercedes has lost a front wing. Oh, no. So that's where the VSC might have actually come in. Unfortunately for the Mercedes-Benz, that's going to cost him quite a bit of time. And Diva now surging onto the back of Avilach. Avilach yet to pit though on those mediums. I think he's going to be super racy towards the end of the race. I think he's going to be probably pitting around lap 16, between 14 and 16, and that will definitely see him through the... Tones, are you still listening? If Tones, you can just join us again in the box and let's just break down what we've seen so far for your drivers as well as the race. Right, we do have then Manu going into the pits. He then needs to repair it, and Shock Lecrancy now going past Nam Bulldog, who's still on his softs 10 laps and still performing fantastically on the softs. Really, with a bit of worn tire, you will have some guys on the new tires coming at you. But Nam Bulldog is an old wily fox. He knows what he's doing. He'll switch on those mediums and he'll be showing the younger generation and the boys what's going for what. Divan then still behind Avilach. Avilach keeping Divan at bay. Divan is on the hard, so perhaps some of the grip through the corners, the quicker corners, is letting him down a little bit versus Avilach's mediums. Although Avilach really also doing well on those tires and got 10 laps on the mediums. And Eugene still leads us away. And Tones, you joined us.
Yes, hi.
Good, man. So, how's it going so far for your drivers? Wizard's first rule, I think, is doing fantastic.
Yeah, he's hanging in there. He had a bit of a mishap on the first corner, running a bit wide, so lost a few positions there.
Yes.
And then, yeah, Adrian as well. He's also coming in, catching up from the rear end. So yeah.
Yeah. No, he's
just a bit of frustration with time penalties under the safety car. It seems like the game is very strict with corner cutting under the safety car. So a bit of frustration there for the drivers. But yeah, they're hanging in there and they're pushing on.
Yeah, no, good. It's good to see they're pushing on. And Wizards first rule, as I was saying earlier in the stream, they're really probably one of the better improved drivers as well as we've seen through the season. As we see Tivan and Avilach coming to blows almost. That's pretty damn close. But they go to get on completely. There's no damage, no issues. We see VSC again. So are we trying to get... We're obviously trying to get It's Me Burnout into the points there. What is the thoughts for the rest of the race with It's Me Burnout?
Yeah, they're running on mediums now, so we're hoping maybe for another safety car later on. So I don't think the mediums will probably get into the end of the race.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what the race leads to, and maybe another pit stop maybe before the end. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out.
And yeah, we know with Eau Rouge, well, Radley on up to Eau Rouge there, as we saw in on Monday night, as well yourself, seen those guys going
Yes.
off. Yes, there is possibility for safety car again and some retirements. So they need to keep it really on the track, and I guess your job is to keep them focused.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I must say the tier one guys is really hanging in there. I think a lot of them saw what can happen through a route on Monday night. So maybe a
Yeah,
lot of them taking it a bit easier, I guess. But yeah, I'm surprised we've got this many drivers still there.
yeah,
So I think it seems like we're in for a good race.
yeah. It looks like they learned. They definitely learned. And tell me, what have
Yeah.
you learned as a driver in this few laps and a bit of qualifying now? Being a race engineer and seeing it from a different perspective. What have you learned, and what do you think you'll be taking through into your racing?
Yeah, well, definitely learning from the tier one guys. You know, they do things a little bit different than us in the tier two. So a bit more technical stuff. So yeah, it's good exposure for us guys in the tier one. You know, working
Right,
our
just to
way up
interrupt you
and
quickly, we got Tiger Bolt on the outside of Divan. He goes through nicely. Beautiful overtake. Divan now on the hard. Slightly looks like struggling a little bit with Jacques Lecrancy now. And for great driving there. Fantastic overtaking. And I see Wizard's first rule now as well has gone up to 8th. So you must be pretty happy about that too. Another
yes,
position
yeah,
gained, yeah.
he just
There we
needs to
go.
keep his nose.
Keep his
Yeah,
nose, yes, yeah, 100%. But yeah, thank you again, and hopefully maybe towards the end of the race we can get you in again just before the boys finish off. But Tones, thank you, and yeah, this is I think it's very cool that we have an insider, if we could say, and hopefully it continues.
yes,
Cool.
yeah, no, I hope so too. Thanks, Sheldon.
Good man, Tones, thank you. Catch you later.
All right, thanks, cheers.
Cheers. Right, boys and girls, there we have it as Lee van Rooyen goes right up the outside of Eugene. He's going to have the inside line, a little bit of argy stuff there. Pushes Eugene wide a bit. It's a drag race down to the source. The McLaren on older tyres. He's not going to give anything. Lee had the DRS, but the McLaren gritty shows him. So, oh no, Lee comes back. This is going to be argy-bargy stuff. Down Radley on. Up to Eau Rouge. They both get through, but Eugene's not giving up. McLaren is going to keep Red Bull honest here. On the outside with DRS open. Eugene has got the position, but Lee blocks up, pushes Eugene a little bit wide. Eugene loses it, don't know. Bit of slight touch there on the Red Bull, and Eugene's out of this contention for first. He's going to have to make up some serious time there. That's some close, some tough racing. Unfortunately for Eugene, they're losing out. Lee van Rooyen now leading this race. Tiger Bolt second, but he's got Divan now with some redemption required. Divan now coming after Tiger Bolt. He's, as I said, his odds are going to see him to the end of the race. He's racing Tiger Bolt in similar age mediums, but we'll see if those mediums last to the end of the race. And Jacques Lecrancy, as I said it before, phenomenal driver, all the way from 18th. He is in 4th, and he is in touching. Oh no, Divan has hit his wing. His teammate goes past him. Divan is lost his front wing. I'm not sure what happened. I just saw him going out in the top of the shot. Divan now going up, Eugene now going up to 4th. Divan running very wide. He's got some issues there with his front wing. He'll have to pit. He's going to be a safety car. That's it, safety car. Who's out? It's Burnout 007 and Senior Ghost out, but this looks like it's Burnout 007 at the top of a Rouge that's out. I don't think Senior Ghost is involved there. He might have actually gone out a little bit earlier, but this now helps Divan. Oh, McLaren double stacking. Not too much of an issue, as we see Eugene decides he's going to go on to the softs. Those softs, yes, they will see you through to the end of the race. Kadonks, he's come out in a fresh set of mediums. Is Wizard's first rule up to 4th. He's on the mediums. Those mediums will see him through to the end of the race now with the with the safety car. We'll lose 3 laps behind the safety car. Tiger Bolt sitting nicely now in second. We'll just have a quick look at the position changes here. Interval, position changes. Yeah, Jacques Lecrancy up 15 positions. Tiger Bolt up 5 positions. Wizard's First Rule up 1 position. As I said, I'm rooting for Wizard's First Rule. Yobert, I think he's a pretty lucky funny oak. And yeah, I wish he could finish strongly. And let's hope this Reynolds sees it through. As he's now the only Reynolds running. Eugene S44 coming a bit undone with a battle against Lee van Rooyen. He's now down to 5th. Kadonks in 6th, still running solidly. He hasn't dropped a position. Fantastic showing, supporting the Red Bull cause. Avilach is in 7th. We'll just check quickly now on the tyres fitted quickly. So yes, there we go. The tyres fitted for Avilach softs, mediums for Nam Bulldog. This also plays into his advantage as we see 4 drivers ahead of him. The top 4 all on older tyres. Jacques Lecrancy definitely could make it to the end on the hards. Barrios plays nicely into his advantage as well now. He sees himself back into the pits as we see Kadonks now with the drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. It's very, very tricky to keep the pace and get the safety car sorted. Yeah, the game sometimes throws you a curveball. You just got to live with it. Blanchimont and losing his front wing. And now he runs wide again through the chicane. Doesn't make the chicane. He hits his wing. Comes across the track into the pits. Oh no, this is not going well for Devon. It looked like it was going to be the old Devon Lee van Rooyen rivalry we were so hoping for. Tiger Bolt and Jacques Lecrancy joining that, as well as Eugene joining that rivalry. But now Devon unfortunately has to go in and again change out his wing. Wizard's First Rule down now to 9th. Okay, he's gone on to a fresh set of soft tyres. It's me, Buddha, in 10th. Still driving along nicely for the Williams. As you see, his teammate up in 3rd. Deerwold on the cusp of earning some points. We probably had some connectivity issues in Q2. He could have been much higher up the grid in the order if I think he didn't experience those. Nick Gish with a sort of indifferent race. As we see it, Devon behind Nick Gishan, still under safety car conditions. And it looks like we have a bit of technical issues from my side. The broadcasting play has stopped. We'll just see if we can actually get that back. We are still under safety car conditions. Right, so it looks to me as though I've slightly got some internet activity issues, but we are still streaming live. Still under safety car conditions. Safety car's lights are on. That means the safety car will still go around. Comes through turns 19 and 20, which is the final 2 corners onto the main straight. And yeah, so we saw we had some nice jokes in tier 2 where even we said the safety car, thanks to Rouge, even had to go into the pits because it was out and leading more laps than most of the drivers. So we'll have a look while we rest and catch our breaths and relax before this storm happens again. Oh, so Rishan's back at school. His parents said he's back at school. Yeah, buddy. Guys going back to school. We actually don't know if how the boys are going back to school. You know, rather keep our kids safe, keep them healthy, but also, you know, we can't avoid this unfortunate pandemic, the virus that's going around. So guys, do keep safe. If you do go to school, remember, wash your hands, sanitize, do all those nice things. Stay away from kissing the girls too, Rishan. Paresh, no, Sheldon, we don't support Ferrari. We don't love Ferrari. Maybe Paresh is the only one. It's okay, we can support who we want and how we want, and yeah, we respect that not everybody will love the best, you know. Go Manu. So yes, Manu now in 14th, Genre du Toy. Sorry, my Afrikaans is not so quite. Supporting Manu Dietrich. Right, so we'll have a look now at as they're coming through to the last sector, the second sector, coming through Campo and now up to Stavo. Stavo is just after the Stavo corner is where the Q sector 2 timing cuts off. So there we go. You see the safety car lights now go off. Lee van Rooyen slows his Red Bull down. He looks like he's looking to go park up at Macro and buy himself a victory. But he'll slow that pack right down. We've got 5 laps left once they cross the line. So lap 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Lee will have to make those mediums last 17 laps, because it'll be 12 laps after this. He'll probably have some performance still left in there. He's giving that safety car a lot of time to get ahead. Tiger Bolt's eager to go. So Jacques Lecrancy. Eugene S44 is still looking at that wing of that Red Bull. He wants redemption. And Lee sends it now as they go through Blanchimont. And everybody is away. Lee nicely away. Eugene S44 could donks in them for positions. Not sure what happened there. Lee nicely away, hasn't let go of the racing point of Tiger Bolt, but yes, now he gets a bit of a gap. 1.4 seconds around the start. Jacques Lecrancy is not sitting down, and oh no, we got a disqualification from Deerbolt, DBR 257, for ignoring drive through penalty. But Jacques right on the back of that racing point. That Williams is going to hunt him down. He's on the hards with the same lap distance. Jacques goes through on the inside of Tiger Bolt, takes second, and he's going to start his pursuit and hunt after Lee. Lee on those mediums, Jacques on the hards. This is going to be an interesting race to the end with the two. Kadonks, solid performance by Kadonks in 4th. We'll have a quick look at the position changes again. So Jacques Lecrancy up 16 positions. My word, what a driver. What an addition to the league as well. Avilach then up to 6th. He's gone 3 positions. Nam Bulldog, as I said, look at that performance. The Haas boys running very well there, up 4 positions. Boris 01 recovering nicely from an earlier incident. He's now up to 8th. My apologies. Wizards first rule is running the points in 9th. Divan unfortunately having not an ideal middle part of the race, but now on those softs, and you can see he purpled sector 2. It's me, Buddha is still in 11th. Nick Kishan running around. Nistor also in 12th. And then Manu, some support from you from Genre de Toy. He's urging you to move up that rank. Returning back to Lee. Lee goes around Le Source, and he makes his way down to Radlion, and then he's going to go up Eau Rouge with Jacques Lecrancy now in DRS, and we'll keep behind him and have a look at, slightly wide. There won't be too much of an issue. He has DRS open, hunting down Lee. So this is the view you will see from what most of the drivers will ride. Is this type of, oh no, oh Jacques, no, straight into the no, what happened there? My word. Code Masters or the internet lag has sent me a dummy. I'm commentating on things that aren't even happening. Oh, that was very weird. Eugene S44 now, he's in 4th. He's hunting down Tiger Bolt. He's also got Redemption coming his way, as he had an entanglement with the Red Bull of Levan Royan, and they were on a great battle. Avilach running solid with his teammate now coming under threat from the Mercedes-Benz of Boris 01. Wizards first rule, please. Let's cheer Wizards first rule on. Let's get some points to the Renault team, and I'm sure his race engineer will want that. So if Tones, you could join us one last time, and we'll just have a quick chat about what's going through the mind of Wizard now, because he's in definite decent points finishing positions for Reynolds, and then it's Mibura 11th and Manu in 12th. So we have 12 vehicles still. 12. Oh no, we have a little bit of an incident. Who's that? Looks to be Kadonks coming into the pits. Not sure for what. Oh, he's maybe on a drive-through. We have now Bulldog up in 6th position. Abilach in 5th. Seems to me someone lost a bit of wing now. We've got Tiger Bolt and Eugene right up behind each other. It's Eugene's lost a bit of his right front wing. That's going to compromise his performance. As you can see, there's a little bit of slide there by him. But he makes it through nicely. Still ahead of Tiger Bolt. And he's now up into 3rd. Oh, great stuff by the McLaren driver, Eugene S44, with that damaged wing, as you can see on the right-hand side. Lee van Rooyen, he's lost out to Lagrancy during my view on the back. And we have Tones for the last time here. Tones, thank you again for joining us for one more time. Wizards first rule still going on great, eh?
Yeah, no, he's still hanging in there. We're hoping he can come away with some points.
Yeah, no, good. Yeah, definitely get some decent points. I think it'll boost his confidence. But how's he feeling? Is he quiet? Is he concentrating? No back and forth chatter?
Yeah, no. He's trying to get into the zone, just to concentrate and finish the race. It's almost done, so yes.
Yeah, and it's me, Burnout. What actually happens? I'm not sure I saw him actually go out.
Yeah, it was with the previous safety car. He came in for a fair set of softs. And just as he went out, a Rouge caught him out, and he unfortunately retired. Race finish still eludes him.
Unfortunately.
We haven't finished the race for quite some time now. Yes, so we're trying to get him to get through the race, so
Yeah, I guess, as we see now, Divan putting it around the inside of Barry's. There's a tight battle there. Yeah, it takes a bit of the confidence away, not finishing races. But once you finish a race, irrespective of, I think, where it is, I think that confidence will come back.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, we're working on that.
No, good. And overall, the race, how's it been for you watching the race on the stream? I mean, they got 12 guys.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was very entertaining and some tight battles. I also was a bit surprised when I saw that glitch with Jason Lafranci thinking he went off, so
yes.
It brought us out.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if it's my internet connection or if he's having some internet connectivity issues, but yeah, it caught me out, and then I was also but where's he gone to and where's he going? So
it was almost a shocker. You couldn't believe something like that would happen, but I'm glad to see his race is still on.
No, it's good.
Oh, he's in the lead now, so well done.
Yeah, he's in the lead. I think he's now 1.6 seconds ahead of Lee van Rooyen. He's comfortably got this. He's still on those odds. But thank you very much for joining us, Tones. It's been a pleasure having you in and out the Combox, and I think it's actually something very nice that we've done, and we're going to continue with it because we got some nice feedback from you, nice interaction, and we get to hear what the drivers are basically thinking and doing through the race. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sheldon. It's been a privilege.
Good, man. I'll catch you on Monday.
Thanks. Yes, thanks, man.
Good times. Keep well.
Okay, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
All right. Thanks, bye-bye.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen of FTR YouTube channel watching us, there we have it. JC Lecrancy starting his final lap now. Lee van Rooyen still in second. Eugene has 44 in third. They look comfortable without penalties, knowing what the penalties are going to be applied to them. Oh no, that is... Who's gone out in... Oh no, looks like someone lost it in a Rouge, but they've gathered it again. So those three look to be set to finish on the podium without any penalties applied. We'll see as they go across the line. But please, your driver of the day, if you would like to comment your driver of the day, we'll try also and get the boys in on the comments boxes. Lee van Rooyen, Jacques Legrand and Eugene, if all finishes as is. My driver of the day, I would have to... let's have a look at the position changes. Well, Jacques Lecrancy, I think it was a forethought that he would definitely be performing well this race and definitely making up those positions to actually finish well in the points. But I think as it comes to Blanchimont now, coming down towards the final two corners, so it goes through corners now 19 and 20. Jacques Lecrancy wins. I think I'll have to put him down as my driver of the day, coming all the way from last to first to win Belgian Grand Prix Spa. Lee van Rooyen second, Eugene S44 third. It stays like a Tiger Bolt. Avilach now goes to fourth because of penalties. Divan first, Tiger Bolt drops to sixth because of penalties. Nam Bulldog seventh. Wizards First Jewel finishes in the points in eighth. Donks over the line for ninth. Burries comes over he's coming through with his teammate there. Two of them looks like they are not sure who's going to cross. Are they going to try and cross at the same time? And Burries goes 10th. Manu 11th. It's me. Buddha is still coming through Blanchimont. He'll be coming down towards the final chicane and to finish off in 12th. So 12 drivers complete Belgium Spa for the race, and there we go, race over. I will just pause here for a moment and try and invite in Lee van Rooyen, Jacques Lecrancy and Eugene S44, our top three drivers. Let's see if we can get the boys in here quickly. Right, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, unfortunately do not seem to have Eugene S44 on the street as a friend. I'll try and add him now, but let's just find out if Lee van Rooyen and Jacques Lecrancy can join us. We'll just give them a few minutes just to maybe cool down, wipe the sweat off the brow. We'll look at some of the comments. Driver of the day, Eugene S44, voted by Gerard Kotze. Great race and commentary, guys. Thanks, Paresh. And so the driver of the day for the fans out there, Gerard, and we'll give it to Eugene S44. We do have Jacques Lecrancy and Lee van Rooyen. Jacques, meneer, how did you do that? Last to first. Well done. I think Claire Williams is going to give you a big fat slobber in the teeth. Mm. All dozen. Yeah. No, well, coming from last to first, fantastic stuff. At one point on the stream, and you'll probably see that I was with you, and I don't know, I had some internet issues as well, but it looked like you had gone through the wall, and then I was commenting you losing it, but then 2 seconds later you were back on track. So if you do see it in the stream, that was pretty funny. I know earlier you had some issues and you couldn't qualify. Was that a bit of a stressful moment? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Some fair racing now. Well, I think you well within the shot of challenging for the championship and FTR for the season. We still got quite a few races to go, and I think you're climbing the ranks pretty quickly. I think the guys are going to start filling your tires up with sand or something. So yeah, no, good, good. Thank you very much, Jacques, and we'll catch you definitely in the next one on Wednesday. And yeah, try and make that Williams a little slower. Yeah, great. Good stuff. Cool. Thanks, Jesus. Mr. Van Rooyen, Red Bull, how are you, sir?
Good evening, Squire.
And,
Pretty bummed.
Pretty bummed,
Pretty
yeah.
bummed.
So, we didn't see the move Jacques pulled on you to take the win away from you, but talk us through the action between yourself and Eugene. Yeah, it was very tight towards the end there. Eugene and you coming together a little bit, but that was pretty tight. Tell me, speak us through the nerves there.
Yeah, it's quite intense. Solid battle between myself and Eugene. It looked like McLaren were playing a hold-up game. Felt like Eugene was slowing me down. I think I got a little frustrated near the end. And yeah, I just decided to go for the move. It probably didn't look pretty, but yeah. It had to be done because I knew Jacques was not far behind.
And when you did see Jacques was behind you, and you know that Williams is quick, what were you thinking? What was your game plan, just to keep your race and let him through when he comes through, or were you planning to set up to fight him to the end?
Look, I was definitely planning to set it up to fight to the end, but he obviously showed great pace and caught me relatively quickly. So yeah, I knew then and there, second place is better than crashing into the wall. Put it that way.
Yeah,
So yeah, I didn't let him through, but yeah,
right.
I didn't try and make it easy for him, but yeah, it was just he's obviously an exceptional driver. So yeah, just that way more pace than what I did.
Yeah, and one last question, quick. Your thoughts on the return of Divan? I think there was some serious racing early on between the two of you. I think we were enjoying that on the stream. Were you enjoying it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, near the end of qualifying, I thought I had pole, and then boom, Divan's name appeared, and I thought, here we go again. Yeah, obviously got me all excited. Yeah, it's obviously great battling him. So yeah, no, it was brilliant. I enjoyed it.
Good. Well, thank you, Lee. We're gonna let you go then. Unfortunately, I do not have Eugene on as a friend. I'll have to rectify that and invite him in again, because I think I'll be hearing more from him again. But thanks, Lee. And thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. And thank you very much, YouTube, for watching. So we voted driver of the day in the comments. We saw one for Eugene, and we'll give it to Eugene as driver of the day for the fans. Great win there by Jacques Lecrancy, Lee second, Eugene third. We'll continue the fight next week, Wednesday, again for Tier 1 at 7:45. Join us then. My name's Sheldon, signing off for FTR. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and good night.